What day is it?
And your color.
Look at me.
22nd. 22nd.
Or in normal pieces. Like this. Amy, look at me.
Uh-oh.
What's that, darling?
There's a sink down here.
A sink down here?
Here,
I'll show you. The only one is that we set up for. Just Jenny is coming.
What's your name on it? Jen is, there's one more person called Jen.
Now, Sari made you a ghoulish dessert. You won't bring that over.
Yeah, worms and like rocks that you can eat.
I don't see Sari eating. Okay.
Hey, Beth.
Okay, very good.
Hot camera.
I can.
Eat it. Hot camera.
One more time.
The gummy ones. I have one brand. What? Oh, sing. Who cares? We have to. It's going to be in November. It's going to be in December.
The witch was on the broomstick. Let me see our couple Halloween songs at least, something.
No. What about the witch's brew? Witch's brew. Witch's brew. What kind? Orange brew. Rotten eggs too. Serve them in my witch's brew. I got magic. Alakazam, kazoo. Here's some books. Moldy red, moldy red. No, wait. Moldy red. And in my witch's brew, I got magic.
Bill?
Alakazam, kazoo.
You want this stuff?
Is that there with the piano? Let me hear her singing. Lord, let go. Taxi for the pink. My witch's brew. Okay, my
Everybody a spoon. Everybody can get a yucky. Here's a spoon. Okay, it's probably the best thing I've ever tasted.
Yeah, especially like the light brown part. I love worms on the rock. Everybody loves that part. Worms on the rock.
What are you doing with that poor worm? You ate the worm?
You need
I ate the worm.
Let me see you dangle those worms for the camera.
It's
Gross.
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 Like
a bird.
If you want to see the other part, you can see it if you want.
No. Sorry, let's see the worm.
Everybody loves me. Everybody. You know the worm song? Let's Oh, I know a very good song. It's basically just frozen pudding. What happened, Paula, doesn't anybody know? Yes. Nobody loves me. Everybody hates me. I'm going in the garden to eat worms.
Oh, we know that, Paula.
I know
What it to us.
the bee song.
Nobody knows the worm?
Mom, the bee song.
Let's do the worm song.
No, the bee song.
Yeah, well, we're eating worms.
B-I-E-I-E said on it. What do you do is buzz hands with the
Well, but we're eating
There
worms
was
right
a...
You have to remember where you're sitting, okay? Because we're going to come back.
B-I-E-I-E and
How's the yucky dessert?
The B-I-E-I-E.
Does it look like dirt? It's delicious. Does it look like dirt?
What are these? What are these things? It's rocks.
They're fake rocks, but they're all rocks and dirt and
Everything is edible, all candy.
Ow!
Where
What is it? Rocks.
Look at me, Sarah.
So much.
Okay.
Oh,
Long things, slimy ones, big, fat, juicy ones. That's the worm song. Okay.
Let's hear it for
Is that the word?
The Mr. Magic Show. No running, please. No running. No running, no jumping.
Sari!
Plenty of room all over. Plenty of room all over. Behind the magic rope and on the couch, on the floor, everywhere. So where are all the guys? What is this? Only women?
Only women.
What is this? Where's the guys? No guys here. Good. Okay, come on. Plenty of room. Plenty of room. You all have your tickets? You all have your tickets for the show? Oh, you're studying math? Oh boy, I better watch out. Okay. First of all, is everybody here? Who's not here? Raise your hands. You people are not. A lot of you are not here. Wow. First of all, I gotta find Sari. I don't know. Are you Sari?
Me!
Are you Sari back there? Sorry, I didn't want you to come up. Go back there behind the magic rope. You're going to have your turn. You're going to be so tired of helping you won't know what to do. I want to thank you, Sari, for inviting me to your party. Now, first of all, we have a few rules. Number one, put all the toys down, the scissors, the balls, and everything. I'm only here for 45 minutes. I want to do as many tricks as I can, so it's up to you. All right? Now, we have a couple of rules. I know some of you are taking magic in school. Now, how many of you have actually seen magicians? A lot of you? Okay. Well, we have two rules. Number one, the first rule, Sari, is have a good time. That's number one. Thank you for inviting me to your party again, and have a good time. Number two, do you know what happens if you break a mirror? Anybody know?
7 years.
7 years bad luck, right. Now, if you've seen me, or you know any secret time ago, it gives me a lot of magical power. So you've got to watch closely all the time. You never know what's going to happen next. For example, we need a magic word. Now, who knows a magic word? Yes, ma'am.
Alakazam, kazoo.
Okay. Sari, you know a magical word?
Alakazam, kazoo.
A different one. Anybody know? Yes, ma'am, over there. Yeah.
Hocus pocus.
Hocus pocus. Well, we're going to use a ninja trick. You think you can say Gazabagoodis when I say three? 1, 2, 3. Gazabagoodis. And every time you say the magic words, amazing things happen. The handkerchief changes color, matches my tuxedo. So you never know what's going to happen. You've got to watch closely. Because you know what, Sari? I'm doing some old magic, some new magic, some very silly magic. The last trick I do is the most dangerous trick in the world. I'm the only one crazy enough to do that. But more about that later. First of all, with a little cord on the end, with a little cord that went up and down just like that. And he had another one just like the first one, with a little cord went up and down just like that. And here's what the Chinese magician did. He took the two sticks just like this, and he put them together, and he said, Gazabagoodis. And then he pulled up on this, and that went up. Pulled down on that, and this went up. Pulled down on this, and that went up. Pulled down on that, and this went up. I said, Sari, you know, that's not such a good trick. I told him. I said, would you do me a favor? Put one in the right hand and one in the left hand. Now do the same thing. So the Chinese magician smiled, and he pulled down on this, and that went up. Pulled down on that, and this went up. Pulled down on this, and that went up. Pulled down on that, and this. Finally, so would you do me another favor? Put this underneath your arm. Now, put your hand down, pull this down, let me see if this goes up. It can't happen, right? It's impossible. Very slowly, pull this down, that went up. Then I tried it, nothing happened. You ever did that, Sari? He went over to his Chinese wife. Now, I didn't bring my Chinese wife with me this evening. You know why? I didn't have one. So that's why I didn't. So I'm going to have to borrow a young lady to be my Chinese wife for a minute. Oh, just a minute. Hold still. I'll return this right after. I hope you can see that in the back and on the camera. It's difficult to see magic invisible hairs. I'll return this right after the show, don't worry.
I don't need it, you can keep it.
I can keep it? Okay, thank you. Oh, you're so kind. Okay, here's what the Chinese magician, he took one end of that long hair and he tied it to the top of that little white button. Oh, it's very long. And he took the other end and he tied it there. Sorry, do you see the hair scratch? Put your hand there. I couldn't even feel it. Put your hand in the middle. Could you feel it over there? I couldn't feel it. But you know what the Chinese magician did? He said, Gazabagoodis. He reached his finger down under the magic hair, pulled up on the hair, and they both went up together. And that's the mystery of the Chinese sticks. Okay. Very good. Now, have you ever seen a magician pull nothing up my sleeves? Oh, by the way, the young lady that gave me the hair, I'm going to pay you off with $20. I made it myself. Thank you very much. And all of you, if you're just as great as you are right now and help me in the show, all of you will be paid for being good assistants. So, at the end of the show, when you line up to go for your dessert, we'll pay you off. I won't forget. I'm going to put the money right over here. And at the end of the show, everybody will be paid, assuming you're all good assistants. Oh, getting back to the rabbit. Rabbit from a hat. Ready? Sorry, this is going to be very silly. Very silly. Mr. Magic reaches in, and he pulls out, you won't believe this, ladies and gentlemen, a rabbit from a hat. Make sure you get that on camera.
I got it.
Well, you didn't want to hire David Copperfield, so this is what you got. You know, everybody's got a budget, right? Sorry, don't worry, the trick's gonna get better. I promise. I need someone right now who is, wait till you hear the question, who is a good baseball player. Oh my goodness. Sari, who's a good baseball player? You've got so many ladies. Who's a good catcher? Ooh. Oh, this is going to take time. Quickly, pick somebody. Oh, who? Kim, stay right there, Kim. Kim, okay, stay right. Are you married, Kim, or single?
Single.
Good, I need a single lady. Okay, good. Stay right there, Kim. Because I have over here a green say, Casabagahootis. Reach all the way down in the bag. Take a little piece of that. Pull it out slowly. What have we got? Now we want to take good care of this flag because the flag is very valuable and symbol of our country. Okay.
Oh my God.
Somebody was supposed to remind me to do something. What was it? What?
To give out the chips.
Oh, the chips, the potato chips. Okay. By the way, do you know on the bottom or the top of every jar and can there's a date? Did you all know that? You know what that date means? What does it mean? Anybody know?
You can only eat it until that date.
Right, or when the date is made or the expiration date. This is probably, this is January 1991.
Uh-oh.
90, wait a minute, 91, 90. These are 2 years old. Who ate the potato chip? Wait, who ate the potato chip? Come up. What? Does the potato chip taste? No, you got to be very careful of old potato chips. You know what happens, Sari? They get very old, huh? Dangerous tricks in the world. Okay, put the presents away. Let's get settled down.
Go back to where you are.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now, this young lady.
Jenny.
You were at the kosher nosh recently. I know a kosher nosh Frankfurter. And you know what I always do, Sari? I always bring I always bring some mustard with me. You know why? Because you never know when you're going to have something. Now, who's dressed very nicely here? Let's see. Let me see. Let me take this young lady right here. She's got a nice outfit on.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice. Well, everybody's really terrific tonight. Okay. What's your first name?
Rachel.
Rachel. Now, Rachel, you got to be. I don't know if you know this. When you get mustard on your clothes, you can never get it off. It stays on forever. No, don't worry. So if you're gonna put if you're gonna have I don't have a bun. You didn't have any buns and Frankfurter rolls in your hand, did you?
Hair.
So I'm just happy to find when you put this on, always do it over something. Never do it over a person. You know why? You do it over a person. Oh, I'm scared. I'm sorry. Let me see. It's only a piece of string. That wasn't nice. Oh. Okay. Now I'm getting ready for action here. The last trick I do, and it's very funny, every time I do this, when I start taking it out, because I saw that, I know that one. I'm the only one crazy enough in the world to do this trick, and you'll see why in a moment. Nobody else does this, because well, you'll see in a moment. First I have I saw that. I have a picture frame. Now you didn't see this unless you saw me. Now, I'm going to do something very silly, Sari. I have 2 pieces of glass. I'm going to make a sandwich out of the 2 pieces. Just look at that handkerchief while I'm talking. Make sure there's nothing in it. Now, I'm going to make a sandwich out of 2 pieces of glass, which is very silly. Now, who knows, what is the first thing you need? Just raise your hand to make a sandwich. What do you need? The gypsy, what do you need? Bread. That's a very good answer. Bread or an English muffin or a bagel or something like that. Now, does anybody have a favorite sandwich? Dorothy, what's your favorite sandwich? What? Dog on roll? No. Ooh. What? What's your favorite sandwich?
Peanut butter and jelly.
Okay, and what's your favorite? The cat?
Turkey.
Turkey. Anybody else different something? Sari, what's yours?
Turkey and lettuce.
Turkey and lettuce. Anybody different? What's your red? Yeah.
Bacon, lettuce, tomato.
Okay, my favorite is tuna fish, but that's all right. Now, what I've done, I've made a very silly sandwich. There's nothing in my sandwich except 2 pieces of glass. Now, I'm going to put the 2 pieces of glass in the frame like that. May I have my saran wrap, please? Okay? I don't have saran wrap, so I'm going to have to use this little babushka, okay? We're going to cover this up. I'll tell you what, I'm going to try something different. Is there somebody here that's very, very brave?
Oh.
This guy with the baseball hat, he raised his hands first. What's your first name, sir?
Scott.
Scott, do you mind helping this very brave guy? Come on up here, Scott. What I'd like you to do, the only chair is this little one. I'm sorry, we don't have a full-size chair. Do you mind sitting in that? No, it's just, we don't have any other chair right now. Okay, I'm sorry, it's very uncomfortable. But thanks, Scott, for volunteering. And you didn't know I was crazy. You'll find out. Okay, Scott, what I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to cover my 2 pieces of sandwich up with my handkerchief. And I've got some more rubber bands. I don't have any Scotch tape to wrap my saran wrap around. But what I want you to do is just hold this against your stomach, just like that. Okay, one hand on one side, right on the side, one on the other side. Okay, and hold it right against your stomach. Yeah, very good, terrific. Now, I'll tell you what. Now, Scott, I obviously didn't speak to you. You just came in late. I never met you before in my life, right? I want you to enjoy the show, have a good time. I'll tell you when to worry. Not yet. Okay, now, I have over here just a deck of playing cards, which is nothing very exciting. I'm not going to do a card trick, Sari. But I also have a revolver. This is a 20, let me explain now. This is a 22 caliber revolver. Every time I bring this out, I've been doing this trick hundreds of times, people say it's a water gun, it's a cap gun, it's not a real gun. I'm going to shoot it and a flag is going to come out and it's going to say bang. This is a genuine magician's gun. Guns are not to be used by anybody. If you're a policeman or a soldier, fine. Do not play with guns, do not point them at anybody. They can be very dangerous. I know how to use it. Scott, don't worry about a thing yet. Okay? Now, the next thing we have is a deck of cards. These are not dangerous. But sorry, you know, you can't trust magicians. Sometimes they have a deck and it's all the same card, or they do funny tricks. Do you want to help me in this? Take a card? You know all the cards, right? I'm sure. You're 8. Stand over there. Okay, now, first of all, I want you to be sure that the cards are all different. Okay? They're all different cards. Now, I don't want you to take a card out. I want you to take your finger, just point to a card. I'm going to go through very slowly. Take your time. Wait, just point to it. Do you want to change your mind? You can point to another card if you'd like. Is that one all right? You want to take another one? Which one? This one? Okay. Do you want to change your mind? You can take another one. Okay. Don't let me see the card. I want you to take the card. Show it to everybody. Now, if you don't know the names of the cards, shh. I'm sure all of you know the names of the cards. Make sure, is it a black card? Is it a red card? Has it got a number on it? Has it got a picture? So make sure Scott sees it. So if you see it again, sorry, you'll know exactly what the card is. I'll put it away so I can't see it. I want to put it down, so no, face down, so okay. Let me just put the cards away, and I have a little tiny, teeny box. Put it under my thumb. Okay, is it under my thumb? Okay. Okay, now you stand right over here. We're ready to go. Here's what's going to happen. Hold this up in the air, please. Now, we're going to have one chance to say Gazabagahootis. That's the magic word we're using. When you say Gazabagahootis, that card will disappear. You'll then open the door. Sari, give me the invisible card. I'm going to roll it up like a cigarette. You know what a cigarette looks like? I hope you don't use them, but you know what they look like. I'm going to place that cigarette in the barrel of the gun. We're then going to shoot the gun. The bullet will push the card out. You'll never guess where. Scott, just relax, enjoy the show, have a good time. He volunteered, so there's no question. Just to raise his hand was the first one up.
With an army volunteer.
Okay, right. Now, first, we only get one chance. I cannot do this again. We only get one chance to say Gazabagahootis when I say 3. 1, 2, 3. Open up the little door, please. The card should disappear. Uh-oh, check it out. It almost disappeared. It's on like a piece of tissue paper. That's probably the middle of the card. Hold on to this. We're going to have to try something different. I know. I don't smoke. I don't believe in smoking, but I do carry matches because I do a trick with a candle. Yes, I have matches in here. Now, this is an old room, probably time to be rebuilding, right? You're insured, I'm sure. Okay. Do not play with matches. You all know that. You're all old enough. Matches can be very, very dangerous. May I have the card, please?
I'll see who it is.
Do not try this, particularly on Halloween, because... Oh, I got it before it hit the carpet. That was lucky. Okay, here it is. I've ruined more cards. Okay, now, there's the card. It's kind of hard to see it because it's invisible. Scott, it's kind of hard to see, I know. I'm going to roll it up. Okay, there, it's like a cigarette now. This is going to go in the gun. You can have a seat. Sari, you can have a seat. Okay, have a seat. Shh. Girls, please. Shh. Relax. Sit down, please. Now, here's what's going to happen. Scott, I have some good news for you, and I have some bad news for you. Listen carefully. I'll tell you when I'm going to fire the gun. Don't hold your ears yet. Nothing's happening yet. The good news, Scott, the glass you're holding is bulletproof glass. There's absolutely no way that bullet can enter through the glass into your body. That's the good news. The bad news, if I were to stay very close to Scott, Sari, which I will not, I stay very close to you and fire the gun, what would happen? The card would go through the first piece of glass, the card would go through the second piece of glass, then enter his belly around the navel, the belly button. Now, sorry, I've done this trick maybe 600-700 times. In all that time, in Scott, I've only had 2 accidents. It's a darn good record. Only 2 accidents. Nobody dies. You know what we do? We dial 911. Fail on people come from Verdana Avenue. They come down. They clean up. They mop up. In 2 weeks, you're walking as good as new. So not to worry, okay? Now, the important thing, Sari and everybody, I have to be exactly the correct distance away. So when I fire the gun, the card will go through the first piece of glass, stop, and appear inside of that sandwich, which is impossible. I don't even want to touch the glass, so hold it. I'm just going to go near you so I can measure. 1, 2, 3, right over here. Okay. Now, because, Sari, I've done this so many times, you know what, you do something over and over again, it gets boring. So I'm going to take off my glasses. I don't see very well without my glasses. And I'm going to turn myself around twice to get a little more dizzy than I normally am. Okay.
Bye.
Okay, now, my eyes aren't very good, but my ears are excellent. So Scott, wherever you are out there, in a moment, you're going to say, "Hello, Mr. Magic. Hello, Mr. Magic." And by hearing the sound of Scott's voice, I will know exactly where to aim the gun. Okay. So only Scott now, please don't, nobody else say the word. Only Scott, say, "Hello, Mr. Magic."
Hello, Mr.
Good.
Magic.
Again.
Hello, Mr. Magic.
Very good. Again.
Hello, Mr. Magic.
Again.
Hello, Mr. Magic.
One more time.
Hello, Mr. Magic.
Got it. Now, Scott, as long as you're holding the bulletproof glass, nothing can happen to you. At the count of 3, I will fire the gun.
I hit my dad.
I'm sorry. One of the first rules when you go to magic school, never shoot the man that's going to pay you. That's the first rule. I'm sorry, I didn't mean... Scott, I think I better... Okay, where was the bat over here? Now, I will fire the gun. There'll be 1 shot, and it is fairly loud. So just hold your ears. Are you ready, Scott? 1, 2... Scott, don't shake. Don't be nervous. There's nothing to be nervous about. Okay? I'm sorry.
Scott was shaking.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. How do you feel?
Fine.
Sure. Just sit there for a moment. Okay. Just relax. Now, pay attention now. My hands are empty. Nothing under the watch. My sleeves are back. Now, Scott, again, did I speak to you about being in the show? Did you know anything about the show? Okay. You've been sitting there minding your own business, worrying a little bit. You've been holding the glass before Sari even took the card. Now, would you hold the glass real tight and come up here, please? Just stand on the side of the table. And I want you to stay right next to me. Watch everything that I do. You're very close. First of all, let's take off the rubber bands. Let's see if we did catch anything inside the... Yes, there is a card. Now, Scott, first feel that with your fingers. Feel the other side, please. Can you feel the card? He can't feel the card. The card is actually in between the 2 pieces of glass. But don't believe Scott. Don't believe me. Let me take off the rubber band. Scott, you stay right here. Make sure I don't do anything tricky. Okay?
Yes.
There's the 3rd rubber band. There's the 4th rubber band. Now, I'm going to do this really slowly, Sari, so you can see. Okay. Don't tell me the card. There's the top piece of glass. There's the card right in between the 2 pieces of glass. Now, you took the card. That was the black card, the King of Clubs?
No.
It wasn't the King of Clubs? What was the card?
It was
Of course it was the 8 of Hearts. That's the card that's in there. Thank you, Scott, for helping. Many birthdays to come. And I'll tell you...
Where's the plaque? I don't know. Sarah waits here. Sarah's got it down there. She waits here. Here's eyes. Here's eyes. Here's eyes.
Who wants to see you?
Don't get your eyes in the face. Put that with those pens. That's an extra one.
everybody for coming to my party.
Yeah, look at all those gifts you got.
I can swim.
It's presents. Okay, here's another one, sweetie.
Read who it's from, darling. No, that card is separate, Paul.
Separate. Okay,
This is
this
probably-
happens to be Stacy's.
Oh,
Like
okay.
Well, from Stephanie.
From Stephanie, okay.
I knew. What? Hi-ho, hi-ho. Aladdin's game.
Yeah.
The magic carpet ride. Opens up the card. Probably definitely gets presents like this.
Tough life this guy's got.
What a tough one.
Wave Bob at
Who
the
is
camera.
Ronley.
Say happy birthday, Sarah.
Happy birthday, Sarah.
Happy birthday,
I
sweetheart.
hope I
Thanks,
can't
man.
You had a
see you.
super party today.
Makeup. She called me makeup. And I said I hate makeup in front of her.
You look so beautiful.
Oh,